All right, here we go.
Grammatical explanation.
I hope so, yeah, I hope so. I'll do it as fast as I can. All right, prepositions. Let's talk about informal English, yeah? Informal English. Prepositions, yeah? Prepositions. The position of prepositions in informal English. If I say, okay, give it to Laura. Give it to Laura, please. This too is the preposition. What would be the question in informal English? Who should I? I'll give you the. Who should I? Who should I? A says, who should I? And B says, give it to Laura. Give it to. Who should I give it to? Who should I give it to? Well, give it to Laura. Have a look at the position of the preposition. Here, to Laura, it goes before the noun, yeah, in a positive statement. But here, when it comes to questions, as we already know, in informal casual English, the prepositions go at the end of the question. So far, so good. Okay. Also, have a look at the sentence. That's the bedroom. That's the bedroom. He sleeps. This sentence is incomplete. That's the bedroom he sleeps. Give me one word to make this sentence correct.
In.
It's a preposition. In. Where would you place the preposition? At the end. That's the bedroom he sleeps in. Okay? He sleeps in. Alright, this he sleeps in would be a relative clause. Yeah? Introduced by an omitted relative pronoun, which is where. Yeah? Where he sleeps. Yeah? This is the room where he sleeps. Yeah? Omitting the relative pronoun here, that's the room he sleeps in. So when it comes to relative clauses, yeah, relative clauses, especially non-defining relative clauses, clauses that give extra information, yeah, the preposition also goes at the end. So prepositions at the end for questions, prepositions at the end for non-defining relative clauses. And this is informal English. Now let's change it to formal. This is rather informal English. Prepositions at the end when it comes to rather casual English. Now let's change it from informal to formal. By the way, there is a typo here. Informal. Yeah. Now let's change it to formal, shall we? Formal. Formal. Prepositions. Now the prepositions no longer need to go at the end. How would you make this sentence formal? Who should I give it to? How can you make this sentence formal? Who should I give it to? This is okay if it's informal. Make it very formal. Formal version. Formal version. Yes. To whom? Formal. To whom should I give it? Then I don't need the preposition at the end anymore, yeah? To whom should I give it? So, in formal English, typically written or very formal oral English, instead of saying who, to, you say to whom. A quién. To whom. A quién. This is formal. And how can I make this one formal? That's the bedroom he sleeps in. How can you make it more formal? Instead of putting the preposition at the end, you would say, okay, I would accept where, yeah, but even another possibility would be in which, yeah, where is maybe better for this context, but in which would be the formal alternative for in at the end. Instead of saying in at the end, in at the end, informal preposition at the end. In which formal alternative? This is the bedroom in which his lips, or where his lips, yeah? That would be a better alternative though. But just for you to know, this is the formal alternative, yeah? Formal alternative, formal alternative. So far so good? Okay. Let's talk about preposition patterns together. Adjective plus preposition. This is the first pattern we're going to study. Adjective plus preposition. Have a look at this. To be. To be. And then I'm going to give you a series of adjectives. To be. And then we will need a preposition. Yeah? Preposition. And then we will just need doing something. Or somebody. Or something. Don't worry, you will understand. Okay. To be accustomed. To be accustomed. To be faithful. To be identical. To be preferable. To be resigned. To be superior. To be superior, something. To be preferable, something. To be accustomed, something. What is the collocation? What is the pattern? What is the preposition that normally goes after these adjectives? The preposition is to. These adjectives are some examples. This is not the complete list. The complete list you can study it later at home on page 194. I think it's 194, I'm not sure, is it? 82, sorry. 82. So, later at home, if you want to know what the rest of the list is, go for page 182 and you will have the complete list. But these are some representative examples of adjectives that require the preposition to after them. Okay, let me give you another set of adjectives that require another preposition. To be fit, something. To be notorious, something. To be suitable, something. To be, okay, 3 examples. What is the best or the best choice of preposition after these type of adjectives? Or these adjectives in particular? To be fit for doing something or for something. To be notorious for something or for doing something. To be suitable for something. So these adjectives normally require the preposition for. For the complete list, you can go to page 184, but these are some very representative examples that require the preposition for. Another set of adjectives. To be afraid. To be ashamed. To be conscious. To be critical. Something. To be terrified. To be terrified, something. What does your instinct tell you? What is the best preposition choice here? The best preposition is of. To be afraid of doing something, or to be afraid of somebody or something. To be conscious of something. To be critical of something. These are some representative adjectives. You can check the complete list on page 184. Another set of adjectives. What is the best preposition for these ones? To be angry. To be annoyed. To be excited. to be upset. Something. What would you say the best choice is? What does your instinct tell you? About. Yeah. To be angry about, to be annoyed about, to be excited about, to be upset about something. So this is the first set of patterns. This set of patterns is adjective plus preposition. So far so good. This is a matter of memorizing, but I'm giving you patterns. Yeah, patterns. May I? Okay, the next pattern will be verb plus preposition. So, two. The next pattern is called verb plus preposition. Yeah, verb plus preposition. To and then we will need a preposition. And then again, doing something, something or somebody. Let me give you some verbs. To consent, to object, to consent, doing something, to consent, something, to object, something, to object, doing something. What is the best preposition? What does your instinct tell you? To object, something. Object to. Yeah? Object to something or object to doing something. Yeah? Or I consent. Do you consent? Yeah, I consent to it. I consent to doing it. Yeah? So these are NPs, noun phrases. Noun phrases are normally represented by a noun or by a gerund. But this gerund is working as a noun, is functioning as a noun. Let me give you another set of verbs. Remember, this column represents verbs. Verbs and prepositions. To engage, to invest, to result, to succeed. To engage, something. To invest, something. To result, something. To succeed, something. What is the best preposition? What does your instinct tell you? N. Yeah? N. To engage in something. To invest in something. To result in something. To succeed in something or in doing something. Okay. These are representative examples of verbs that require the preposition in. Complete list, page 184. Another set of verbs. Agree, to agree. To decide. To insist. To insist, something. To decide, something. To agree, something. Best preposition? On. To agree on something, to decide on something. Please, can you decide on a topic? Please, I insist on this. I insist on that. Yeah? Some examples, not the complete list. Representative examples. Let me give you some other examples, some other verbs. To refrain. To abstain. To refrain, to abstain. Please refrain doing that. Please refrain that. The best preposition or the collocation here is from. To refrain from doing something. Please don't do that. Please refrain from doing that. Refrain from. Refrain from. A couple of examples. I would say this is quite a complete list. Yeah. To consist. What is the best preposition? Okay, this activity consists blah blah blah. Consists of. Yeah. This activity consists of this and that and that. Consist of. All right. So far so good.
In this case, only we have a verb if that there isn't any more or not.
These are the typical collocations. I mean, if you say consist on, they're gonna understand. An English person is going to understand. And doing an exam, I don't think they're gonna penalize you too much. But if you speak to a native speaker, and that native speaker will realize that that is not natural. Will he understand? Yeah. Will that be a communication problem? No. Is that native natural English? No. But these little things, we are brushing up on your English. We are polishing your English. You're already at C2 level. These little things are not impeding communication. But if you want to reach the expert level, this is what we have to do. Okay, another set. Verb plus noun. Okay. Another set of structures. Verb, to blame. To blame. And then to blame somebody or something. Yeah. To blame somebody or something. Yeah. To blame somebody or something. Then preposition. To blame somebody or something. Preposition. And then the usual thing. Something, somebody, or doing something. To blame, to excuse, to mistake. What is the best preposition? To blame somebody doing something. To excuse somebody doing something. To mistake somebody somebody. What would you say the best preposition is? I blame you doing this. No, don't blame me doing this. For. I think giving you examples helps, yeah? Okay, another set. Another set. Discourage. Discourage, prevent. Dissuade. Discourage, prevent, dissuade. I discourage Martha doing that. I prevented Martha doing that. That is the best choice. From, yeah? When you stop somebody from doing that, when you keep somebody from doing something, you prevent somebody from doing something. Very good. From is the best choice. Another set. To accuse. To accuse. Does this say to accuse? Yeah? To accuse somebody doing something. To accuse somebody something. Oh, don't accuse me doing that. Yes, I accuse you doing that. Of. Very good. Accuse somebody of doing something. Another set. To charge, to provide. To charge. Charge in involving a crime, To charge somebody, to provide somebody. To charge somebody something. To provide somebody something. What would you say is the best preposition? With. I charged, the police charged John with felony. Yeah? I provide, my mom provided me with a lot of food. Yeah? Another set. Congratulate, compliment. I congratulated Mary. Her job, her new job. For example. I congratulated Mary, her marriage. Her marriage would be something, yeah? Or, I complimented Mary, her new job. What would you say is the best preposition here? Say it. On, yes? I congratulate you on your new job. Congratulations on your new job. Also, if you say congratulations, it works. When you write, I pride myself. I pride myself something. Yeah, or she prides herself something. I pride myself being, I don't know, a good professional. She prides herself being a very good professional. The preposition, your instinct tells you it is on.
My instinct tells me that it's true, but I know that it's not.
Sometimes instinct doesn't work. Okay, on, yeah? Pride on. Alright, let's go on. Okay, prepositional phrases followed the next section to explain our prepositional phrases. PP, yeah, PP means prepositional phrase. Prepositional phrases followed by a noun or noun phrase. Number one, connection. Connection. Have a look at this sentence. I'm writing blah 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 something. Okay, if it's about connection, what is a typical sentence? I'm going to give you one. I'm writing in connection to blah 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 blah. I'm writing, let's keep on talking about connection. I'm writing another possibility with reference to another possibility. I'm writing in response to another possibility. I'm writing with regard to. So these are, what are these? These are PPs, yeah? Prepositional phrases. Why are they prepositional phrases? Because they start with a preposition. Preposition, 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 preposition. And they refer to connection. So far so good? Connection. PPs, connection. In connection to, with reference to, in response to, with regard to. Okay, now instead of talking about connection, let's talk about exception. Exception. And the sentence could be something like nobody. Okay, the most clear example would be nobody apart from, let's say, Mary. Yeah? Nobody apart from Mary. This is meaning exception. Yeah? Nadie salvo Mary. Yeah? Nobody apart from Mary, blah, 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 blah. Nobody, another typical one, except Mary. You can also say except for Mary, blah, 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 blah. Nobody other than. Other than is another prepositional phrase that means exception. Nobody other than Mary, blah, 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 blah. A more formal one, with exception of Mary. So what are these? These are prepositional phrases. And what do they express? They express exception. So far so good? Am I going too fast? That's okay. Otherwise we would never end. Okay, let's talk now about introducing a topic. This is very useful for your writing assignments. Yeah? Introducing a topic. This is very useful for your writing assignments. So when you start a sentence or when you start a paragraph, yeah, plus something, you can start with as for, yeah? As for the report, for example, yeah? As for the report, blah, 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 blah. Another way of starting a paragraph. as regards. Yeah? As regards the report, blah, 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 blah. Another formal way of starting a paragraph, with reference to. With reference to the report, blah, 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 blah. Another way of starting a paragraph, with regard to. With regard to the report, blah, 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 blah. Another way, with respect to. With respect to the report, blah, 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 blah. Okay, these expressions, what they do is introducing a topic, and they are very useful for your writing assignments. The day of the exam, if you start different paragraphs with different phrases, such as these ones, it would be much richer than if you always start the same way. As for, as for, as for. Well, you could say as for, as regards, with reference to. There will be a much wider variety of phrases when you start a paragraph. Yeah?
Which is more formal or informal?
I would say these three are quite very formal, and these two are more neutral. Yeah. As for, I would say is the least formal one, but all of them can be used. Yeah. Okay. Starting paragraphs. Yeah. Starting paragraphs. Introducing a topic. All right. Purpose. Phrases that refer to purpose. Purpose. We did it. We did it. With the purpose of blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, it's taking longer than I expected. We did it. Okay, with the purpose of, with the aim of, yeah. Let's say with the intention of would be one way. With the intention of. We did it with the intention of blah, 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 blah. Another one. With the aim of. Another one. With a view to. We did it with a view to blah, 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 blah. We did it for fear of. Why did you work so many hours? They don't pay you for that. Well, we did it for fear of losing our job. Yeah? Why did you do that? We did it for fear of losing our jobs. For fear of. Fear. For fear. For fear of. For fear of. These phrases express purpose. Check the prepositions, yeah? With of, with to, for off, yeah? Okay, next, addition. I'm sorry, for the speaking practice, only the few that remain for the last half an hour will have it. I'm sorry about that. Addition. Let's talk about addition. At the end of a sentence, you can say, together with would be the most typical one. Together with. Another one could be along with. Yeah? Along with that, blah, 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 blah. Addition. As well as. This one you already know. Addition. This one I'm sure you already know it too. In addition to. Check the preposition. Into. As. Yeah? On top of. Yeah? And on top of that, blah, 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 in addition. In addition to, on top of, yeah? Para colmo, something like that, yeah? On top of that, in addition to. Okay, and this is the last bit of phrases followed by an NP, yeah? All these are NPs or just nouns. So far so good? May I? Along with, as well as, in addition to, on top of. Okay, let's talk about sentence patterns with nouns. Next section. Sentence patterns with nouns. Sentence patterns with nouns. Have a look at this. I have I have, the verb have, yeah? I have. And then here, again, the usual part. Doing something or just something. I have, please tell me what your instinct tells you. I have no intention doing something. Preposition? Are you sure? That would be acceptable, as I said before, they would understand you, blah, blah, blah. But in British English, no intention to something or no intention to doing something. I have every intention. I have every intention in doing something. Instinct? I have every intention of doing this. I have every intention of doing that. I have no hesitation. I have no hesitation in that. I have no hesitation in doing that. Instinct? In. I have no hesitation in doing that. No hesitation in that. In doing that. Okay? Some sentence patterns. Yeah, these are. In English, we normally talk about patterns, not general universal rules. There are no universal rules, but there are patterns. Yeah, and these are some patterns with the verb to have. Yeah, a noun phrase here, and then expressions followed by a preposition. Okay, have a look at this ones now. Instead of I have, let's say I am. I am in danger. I am in danger. I am at risk. I am in the process. I am in need. I am on the verge. I am in danger, something. At risk, something. In the process, something. In need, something. On the verge, a nervous breakdown. What is the best preposition? Of. Okay, again, these are patterns that you should memorize, yeah? In danger of, at risk of, in need of, on the verge of. Okay, some other patterns that I can give to you right now with the verb take. I take. I take pleasure. I take pleasure. I take satisfaction. I take pleasure. I take satisfaction in doing something. Instinct telling you in. I take pleasure in doing something. I take pleasure in something. Okay, I take advantage. I take advantage in something. I take advantage in doing something. Instinct?